Hello my beautiful people, welcome. My name is Ansu. I want to do a TBR video today. Yes, it's late. Yes, it's almost mid of November. We're not going to talk about that because that's not important. There are like 5 books that I have on my radar and I'm currently kind of looking forward to reading it, so I thought I would chat about those. The first one I wanted to read is The Ex-Vows by Jessica Joyce. I have seen this book floating around everywhere. TikTok, YouTube, it doesn't matter. I've seen it so many different places and I really wanted to give this a shot. This is a second chance romance, obviously between exes. They find themselves forced to be together at a wedding after such a messy breakup. It's supposed to be a little emotional, but it's super fun from what I've heard and I'm really looking forward to reading this. I have half started this. I finished like a couple of chapters already and I'm liking it so far. Our main character seems to be grappling with the fact that she's alone and she never has been alone. She hates being alone. She's had like bad parental figures in her life, so she kind of clung to her closest 2 friends throughout her entire life, and she's never been able to just be by herself. So we can definitely see that even within the first few chapters. I've noticed that, and I really want to see how Georgia is going to grow out of that shell and become like a full-blown version of herself. I'm really looking forward to seeing that, but I'm definitely going to be finishing this in November. The next book I'm looking forward to reading is Slanting Toward the Sea. I do not know how to pronounce the author's name, but this book is set in Croatia, which honestly I've never read a book that is set in Croatia. I know of one person who is from Croatia. That's it. That's all the knowledge I have about Croatia. But this one is more of a literary fiction. It is a romance as well, but it's more literary leaning. I think it's very interesting. I've also started this book and I think I'm almost halfway maybe. Yeah, I think I'm close to almost halfway done with this book. It's kind of going around 2 different timelines. So one is the past timeline where these 2 characters meet each other and they fall in love, and the next one is the present time when it's like 10 years later after their divorce and why they got divorced. It's pretty obvious from almost the get-go why they got divorced. I personally found it happening miles away. Now I'm curious to know how they find themselves back to each other, because the main male character actually gets married to someone else and he has a whole family with this person. Our FMC is really struggling because she still loves our MMC, and although she had to leave that relationship and get divorced, there's just a lot of love that is there in that whole relationship, and it's just them trying to find themselves. It is really heavy with grief and some hard-hitting topics. The parents are not very loving. You can see that and throughout this book as well. And I do think the writing is very like poetic. So if you're into any of those things, I really do think you'll enjoy this. And like I said, I'm almost halfway done with this book, so I do think I can finish it this month. I'm definitely looking forward to finishing this. This was just like a random find that I got from Sarah Caroli's channel, so really excited about this one. The next one I have on my radar is The Left of Forever by Tara DeVette. This one is apparently a very heartfelt contemporary romance, and I've heard such good things about this, again, from TikTok, particularly from Larry Reads. I don't know much about this, but it's said that it has some humor, but also some heartfelt emotions. I don't know much, but like I said, but I'm really looking forward to it as well because I'm in such a romance kick, as you can tell. I think the only books I've really read this entire year has been romance. I probably read like 2 or 3 thrillers and that's about it. Let's see if I actually like this one too. I am looking forward to it. It sounds interesting. The cover is gorgeous, so we will see. Okay, the next one I want to get to is People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. I have read 2 other books by this author, Out of the Limb and Out of the Woods, I think. 2 amazing books. Loved it. So I picked this one up naturally, but now I've been hearing a lot of people complain about that. People didn't really like the story. It seemed very superficial almost, and the MMC was kind of an asshole. I don't know how I feel about that, so it is going to be an interesting read for sure. I was really looking forward to it, but now I'm concerned, to say the least. From what I know, this is set in Northern Ontario, and there's this girl who's like taking care of her family. Her mom has like early onset Alzheimer's. This guy comes into town as well, and he's a wanderer. He comes in like a beat up man, and then they kind of hit it off together. He's also taking care of someone from the sounds of it. But he gets into town and they kind of hit it off. The way that it's described is it's supposed to be a slow burn romance. I don't think it is that way, and a lot of people hated the MMC so much, so I'm curious to see what I think about it, but I'd like to get to this one. The cover is so gorgeous. I would die for this cover. Okay, maybe not. That's dramatic, but you know what I'm saying, right? This is beautiful. So that one is another book that is on my radar. And the final book I want to get to is Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mirror. This is a fun fantasy kind of romance. Romance, I think, is back in the lead. It's really not that forefront. I've read the first book, I really enjoyed it, and I recently saw a video from someone that I watch, and she was like reading the entire series, and she was really enjoying it. I did like the first book. It was kind of silly, and I really did enjoy it, so I do want to continue on with the series and see how it ends. I think the fourth book is coming out next year. The first book is called Assistant to the Villain, so it is following around a woman who is assisting the villain. Everybody in that town is very, very scared of the villain because obviously he's a bad guy. He kills people. There's just a bad rep about this villain, but the FMC does not give two shits. She actually gets a job with the villain and she's happily doing it. And the villain is kind of shocked by this whole development because why is she not scared of him? That's weird. They kind of hit it off. It's just banter. The FMC really talks to herself quite a lot and it's really funny in that way as well. She's really weird. I really liked reading about that whole thing as well. It's a super fun story if you're into it. It's not supposed to be taken seriously at all. Obviously it's a fantasy, but it's like a lighthearted fantasy with some twists and turns and stuff like that, and it's supposed to be funny and just a good time really, and that's it. So I'm looking forward to hopefully trying to continue with this. Like I said, I'm in such a romance kick that I could never tell if that is something that I'm leaning towards or not, but we shall see. I'm not promising any other books in this video because we all know, if you've ever watched any of my videos, I never stick to my TBRs, but this time I'm trying to stick to it because let's see, out of the 5 books that I've talked about, 2 of them I'm in the middle of. It's very promising, so I'm just gonna pretend like it's gonna be fine and we're gonna finish those books and I'll talk to you all about them hopefully towards the end of the month. But that is it really. I will see you all next time with another one. Until then, I'll talk to you all in the comments. Bye!